Finding quality R&B music in the current market is like finding a needle in a haystack. So what do you do if you're an R&B fan looking for something new to get your teeth into? You get frustrated by the choice, get disappointed by the talent, get bored of the same old, same old. Solution, introducing Young Bae's True American album. Visit thebaemusic.com. That's the solution.
All these teardrops are alone.
Visit thebaemusic.com.
I'm back in love again. Don't change like get another grand. I see grand horizon.
I've been calling you, but you don't pick it up. I'm so sick of it, still I can't stop. I've been calling you about your kids and games. Your selfish bird telling me to stay. I've run out of patience, but you don't give a damn about the things I do. I'm so sick of the ways so I take a leap of faith, hoping you will still behave, 'cause I will be here waiting.
I don't know what's up with this world, with these men that act like boys, boys that wanna be girls, girls that wanna be boys, and women that act like girls. What's wrong with ya? No, I can't get along with ya. That's why I wrote this song for ya. I hope my prayers make it to the good Lord for ya. 'Cause you know I break the law for ya. Yeah, you know I risk it all for ya. But can't get the thing after everything that I offered ya. Guess I must be off to ya. That's what them demons say when they be talking to ya. Guess that's why I can't get a ring and you won't answer me no more calling ya.
I've been calling you, but you don't pick it up. I'm so sick of it, still I can't stop. I've been calling you about your kids and games. Your selfish bird telling me to stay. I've run out of patience, but you don't give a damn about the things I do. I'm so sick of the ways so I take a leap of faith, hoping you will still behave, 'cause I will be here waiting.
I am like something you never had before. One dose of this, you'll be back for more. That's for sure. What you laughing for? The last thing I'm finna be is the last resort. I'm so not, put the back and forth. I jump straight to conclusions and I'm out the door. Drop these ends, get you a real one. You always stay in touch with who ain't feeling ya. I don't even know why you deal with them, 'cause you ain't getting back what you're giving them. I hate to burst your bubble, it's full of helium, but it ain't healing ya. You never really broke my heart, you just hurt my feelings. And what I learned from this is, if you looking for love, don't search for this. Shh. Don't search for this. Said if you looking for love, don't search for this. Shh. Don't search for this. Shh. I'm done calling you. 'Cause you won't pick it up. 'Cause you don't give up. I'm so sick, I'm done. I'm done calling you. You just pay kissy face. Selfish bird telling me to find a way.
I just wanna chill around positive vibes. Nothing negative, it will fuck up my vibe and blow my heart. I just wanna sit back and chill and just sip wine. I came from a dark place, now I'm living that life.
I am intentional, I am above abundant. I bring to existence all that I want, and I done tapped into the God in me. Cut my locks off and switched up the vibe in me. Like how I manifest within, how I choose to defend. Who I label my friends, how I make amends. Cause I'm choosing laughter, is peace that I'm after. I abracadabra, then poof, chakras blast off. My soul take this cast off, projection surpass all. Obsidian protection in case this trip lasts long. I see with 3 eyes, that's why my crown headstrong. Corona is viral to spirits living dead wrong
I just
vibration.
wanna chill around positive vibes. Nothing negative, it will fuck up my vibe. I just wanna sit back and chill and just sip wine. I came from a dark place, now living in light. Came from a dark place, yeah, now I'm doing with the light. Yeah, now I'm like making moves. Yeah, I be always on the flights. Yeah, I be on a mission for the bank nowadays. Why these niggas hating on a nigga nowadays? I've been on a mission with the light nowadays. I ain't fucking with the darkness nowadays.
Hey guys, I want to make a toast. Here's to those who wish us well, and those who don't can go to hell.
I am happiness, my energy contagious. I'm a champion, take it and embrace it. I am another queen in the making. I am here to succeed with determination. I have a positive ambiance. I am so grateful, so gracias. I am the one I can call upon. I am my own. I am intentional. I am the standard. I am my original. I am the man. I am the purpose for my existence. I am my ultimate mission. I am intentional. I am the standard. I am the original. I am the man. I am the purpose for my existence.
Peace, y'all. Welcome to the weekly Planetary forecast. Gang, gang. Oh, I'm getting closer and closer to being on time. I'm very proud of myself. Be proud of me, for me, with me. Thank you. Give me about 2 seconds as I get myself together, because you know I be on like multiple platforms at the same time, and I just be trying to get it right. You know what I'm saying? So, for those of you guys who don't know, I be live on Instagram, Clubhouse, YouTube, and Facebook. Yup. Right now, I'm trying to get myself together on Instagram. But we here though. So first, y'all know I got my order or whatever. First, we're going to go over what the planets are doing today, how we started the week, where the planets are. And then we're going to get into the weekly happenings and things. So that's going to be fun. I hope you guys enjoyed all the planetary happenings that happened this previous week. That was great. Okay. Instagram always want to give me this little tutorial before they let me live my life. The hell? I don't know how to use live. Okay, so starting off today, we when we rose at midnight, if you rose at midnight or if you were already risen, we experienced this amongst the cosmos. Let's do it. The sun was in cardinal. So when I say cardinal, mutable, or fixated, this is the mindset I want you to have, because not only do I touch the tropical, I also touch the sidereal, the nakshatras, and the constellation charts at the same time, and I wrap it up in a really beautiful way. So keep up, okay? So when I say cardinal, I'm saying that the zodiacs are divided into 30 degrees. The first 10 degrees of a sign is the cardinal energy of that zodiac energy. I am not saying that this is a cardinal energy. I'm saying this is the cardinal faction of this energy, okay? When we get into fixated, we're getting into the second set, the second 10 degrees of that chart. When we get into the mutable energy, we're getting into the last 10 degrees of that chart. Ashe, I mean, I'm in. Okay, let's do it. So, the sun, which is Heru, is in that cardinal energy of Cancer, which is your feminine third eye chakra, and that's beautiful. So your ego self, your masculine self, your materializing is definitely coming from you tapping into that third eye. This go around, I want you to tap into if there's Cancer anywhere in your chart, or find out what your sun is, and that's going to assist you in the details of the manifestation that's going to add to the collective. And this is in the 11th house. It's dealing with your humanitarian pursuits. How are you giving back to humans? How are you giving back up to the human community? We're not talking about personal. We're not talking about familial. We're not talking about community. We're talking about humanity as a whole. What are you doing to give back, Ashe? And this house is ruled by Gemini, and yeah, this house is ruled by Gemini energy. Gemini energy is all about community. So you're gonna align with your community to make this humanitarian pursuit occur. So if you think you're about to go out there and do some humanitarian shit all by yourself, and this me, my, you're in for a rude awakening, my guy, my ladies, because it's written in the cosmos that you need to align with your community, your tribe. You know how much I love that word. In order to get this done. Our moon, we started off this day in that fixated energy of the community of Gemini. Okay, so even your intuitive self is like, hey, it's time to get that community going. It's time to start communicating in these realms. It's time to start using your intellect, tap in, because spirit is giving us the intellect. A lot of you guys like to go outward into books and things like that, and that's awesome, but you also have to remember that those individuals that wrote those books had to tap into spirit to write those books that you're regurgitating. So it's time for you to tap into spirit on your own self so you can regurgitate your own things. Ashe, do both. Not saying one is better than the other one. Do both. Both is important. Do both. I can't stand when I talk to somebody and they say I don't read books. What? It takes a village. It takes a community for intellect. Don't just sit here and play with your hair and twist your crystals. Read a fucking book, but also play with your hair and twist the crystals. Okay? Okay. And this is sitting in your 10th house. So when you're tapped into this, trust and believe, the abundance is coming, the success is coming, all those beautiful things are coming. Oh, I see the comment bubble. My bad. I didn't have the comment realm open, and my bad. I'm coming to read your responses. Oh, this energy. Anyway, Mercury is Sebek, okay? And with Mercury, we're in that fixated energy of Gemini, which is our feminine root chakra, going in where with the thoughts, with the communication and expression. This energy is aligned with the moon. Mercury and the moon were aligned. We'll get into that in a little bit more detail later. But just to let y'all know, just communicating with spirit, expressing what spirit has been telling you. All those things are very essential right now. Go on and tap into that. And again, that was also in the 10th house. So, this is an achievement here. This is an aspiration. This is something that, will get you to that point of where you want to be as far as achievements and aspirations. And just to let y'all know, the 10th house is ruled by Taurus energy right now. So we're bringing whatever you're achieving, aspiring, we're bringing it into the physical realm. Trust and believe it's going to get manifested. So please watch your mind, watch your words, and watch your spirit, because the first thing that pop out is going to be out. You hear me? Because Taurus don't play. Taurus really do be manifesting stuff. It's very determined, very reliable for the manifestation, right? Also, dealing with matters of the heart, pleasure seeking. Please only align with those that you find your heart chakra being aligned with. Because if you're just aligning just to say, oh, we both like crystals, or oh, we both want a garden, it's not good enough, because as soon as something happens, it's going to be like, because the love is not there. So please, there's going to be more than one tribe. There's not just one tribe to join. There's not just one group of people to be a part of. There's many collectives. Remember, we used to live in tribes of 20,000, 30,000 individuals. But even in those 20, 30,000 member tribes, there were miniature tribes within. So don't get it twisted, babies. You're going to find where your heart, mind, and spirit align. It's not just about us having likenesses. You know what I'm saying? All right. So Venus is our pleasure-seeking centers. Venus is our net het. This is our self-esteem, the collective love, also how we manifest them pentacles, right? How we bring things into the physical. And it's sitting in that cardinal energy of Gemini. So while you have the moon, which is spirit, and Mercury, which is your throat chakra, sitting in that fixated energy of Gemini, you have your heart pleasure seeking energy getting into the cardinal energy of Gemini. So Gemini getting covered, y'all. Gemini getting covered. All right. It's definitely time to tap into your intellect. Definitely time to tap into the community. Go on and do it. If you ain't already doing this, time to start doing it. Get on up out of your shell. I don't want to hear no more. I'm an INFJ. I am an IN. I don't give a fuck if you're an I, whatever. Everybody could be an introvert and still find their tribe. That is not an excuse. I know some of you, I don't like people. Well, you need to align with the other people who don't like people. So y'all cannot like people together. Okay? Okay. No, I'm not coddling. No more childlike mindsets. It's not time to do that anymore. Want to know why? Because my Mars is in Gemini, so that's when the sword, the fire sword, comes out of my tongue, and I just don't got time for a lot of things that y'all making time for, and y'all still making time for that separatism. Nick that out, baby, because there ain't no room for that unless you want to drown in the matrix with the rest of them. Then you go ahead and keep being separate. All right, but it's time to find your tribe. It's time to find your community. Start speaking your truth. Start speaking your truth. Venus and Gemini says speak your truth, because that's how you're going to manifest and materialize your tribe. All right. If you're not speaking your truth, if you're still talking about I don't like, I don't want, I come from dustness, I come from this, to all those people in my past, if you're still putting energy towards things like that, let me tell you, baby, you're going to be alone. Don't do that. It's time to be intentional. If you haven't watched The Secret, which is the documentary, watch The Secret. It was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. It's also a book if you prefer to read over watching something on the screen, but it is very valid. This is how you're supposed to speak. If you're not speaking like this when you're trying to manifest, trust you're going to keep manifesting things that you're not trying to manifest, because you're too busy talking about what you don't want. You're too busy talking about what's in your past. You're too busy talking about the things that shouldn't exist, the things that you want gone. You're giving that stuff too much energy. Too much energy. It's time to speak in gratitude. It's time to speak in manifesting vocals only, always. All right? Ashe. And am I saying that because I'm perfect? No, because there's a couple people that need to see these hands. And guess what? We're going to manifest that. You're going to see these hands real soon. Keep fucking with me. Mars, which is Herakuti, is sitting in, and that's your solar plexus chakra space. This is your motivation. This is what gets you going. This is what gets those things moving. And this energy is sitting in that mutable energy of Aries. Okay, so you got to fire up under your butt to get things going. Some of you guys are getting pushed out of your environments. All those things you were clinging on to stay in the matrix, but you over here speaking out of your throat chakra, manifesting how you don't want to stay in the matrix. You're losing your house. You're losing those relationships with individuals that were keeping you in the matrix. You're losing your car. You're losing your job. You're losing your access to these pinnacles. The pinnacles are part of those not pinnacles. Those fiat currencies are part of the matrix. If you're trying to remove yourself, you're removing yourself from those things too. Instead of whining and crying about it and backtracking what you're manifesting, be moving in gratitude and keep moving forward. Okay? You have to know that there's a holistic sense to everything that you manifest, and the things you manifest aren't just clear cut and dry and small and baby potatoes like you think you're speaking on. It's a whole big world when you're walking yourself into. And that's why I said earlier, it's time to find your community, time to find your tribe. You're not going to do this by yourself. Even Jesus had 12. You know, nobody's doing this by themselves. Bob Marley had a whole squad. Marcus Garvey had a team. Malcolm X had a squad. Malcolm X still has a squad, and he's not even here in the physical anymore. Everybody has a team. Everybody has a community. Everybody has a tribe. You have yours too. If you think you're about to get rid of all these things and remove yourself from the matrix and still survive on your lonesome, you got things twisted. The matrix is designed for you to be alone. That's why they promote the solo dolo. That's why they promote the loner, no new friends, just me and you, possess people, own people. because those are the ones you can control. When you say, I'm your mom, you're my kid, you're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. You're mine because I don't have to work with you. I can just tell you what to do. I can summon you. I can suppress and oppress you the way the master is suppressing and oppressing me. I talked about this yesterday about money. People thinking that because they give someone money, they own them. And I'm like, that's the energy that's on the money. Whoever gives the other person the money, they own them. You get the money from your boss. The boss owns you. You move like the boss owns you, and the boss moves like the boss owns you. So when someone comes to you and says, "Can I borrow money?" When you give them the money, you got that in your mindset. You owe me, I own you. And anytime you want to say some shit to me about whatever, I'm gonna bring up that one time I gave you $20, $40, whatever. Because in my mind, I now possess you. People don't even realize the spells and the money when they're circulating it. Soon as someone do something, the first thing somebody want to make mention or bring up is the money. I spent this amount of money. I'm accumulating this amount of money. I'm putting the money up. I'm blah, blah, blah. Get rid of the spell, babies. It's time to get rid of that spell. That piece of paper ain't shit. And you got it twisted if you think you're about to walk away from the matrix and walk away from that biggest fucking spell and survive by yourself, because you're not. You're not. You might watch on TV people living by themselves, and that's because they haven't fully walked away from the spell. And that's why they're able to live alone. But if you really want to walk away from the whole spell, the way you speak on, it's time to let those things go. That's my TED Talk on Mars and Aries. This is in the 9th house, so I'm stretching your philosophies, baby, and it's time for you to travel. All right? The fire is up under your ass. What you going to do with it? So, Jupiter, which is Tahuti, the energy of wisdom. This is your luck, your traditions. You tap into this energy to find out, what your luck play is. Like, give you an example. My Jupiter is in Leo. When I tap into that Leo energy, my fire energy, the energy you see right now in this space and face is this is what brings me my luck. This is what brings me my tribe. This is what brings me everything that I want to manifest. I'm a Leo rising. That's the energy that I utilize when I'm on stage. That's the energy that I utilize when I'm in spaces like this. Because my Virgo stellium energy wants to go sit in the corner somewhere. My Capricorn energy want to cut everybody off. So I gotta tap into the Leo energy, or none of this is gonna happen. But Jupiter is sitting in Aries energy right along with Mars. So you got that motivation energy and that progressive energy. I mean, not progressive, that motivation energy and the traditional luck energy. So when you're moving in this motivation of Aries energy, creating new beginnings, tapping into that warrior-like spirit, that cardinal energy, starting new things. And this is actually in the 8th house, so bringing transformation. So now it's time for you to make transformation in that space. You're expanding your philosophies with Mars, but you're making transformation with that Jupiter. All right? They're all sitting in that new beginnings energy of Aries. And the 8th house is ruled by Pisces at the moment. So it's really spirit that's causing the transformation. Tap into spirit to find out. Can you keep this video? Yeah. I believe that once I upload it, there's a website. I'm pretty sure you can go on Google, type in how do I download people's videos, and then you just copy the link from this video into that. You can also do this on Facebook and YouTube, because this video is also live on Facebook and YouTube as well. I believe downloading this from YouTube will be even easier than it is from Instagram. But Instagram has the better shot right now than YouTube, because you might want this one. But thank you. But yeah, the Pisces is ruling over the 8th house right now. So when it comes to the transformation, when it comes to, that rebirth and that death, it's coming from spirit. So instead of you whining and complaining and saying, oh, is this human and that human, and this is the reason why I don't have this anymore, you have to be in gratitude, because it's spirit that created that transformation in your life right now. It's spirit that's ruling over that death and rebirth house right now. Not man. Not no nonsense, not no lower vibration. It's spirit. It's Pisces spirit, okay? Saturn is that second energy. It's sitting in that mutable energy of Aquarius, being detached, being rebellious, being social. And that's sitting in the 6th house of daily routines. So when it comes to daily routines, you guys may be dealing with some challenges. You guys may be head face on some fears, right? They keep coming up to you, especially because Saturn is in retrograde right now. So they're coming up to you and they're sitting in your space even slower now so that you can see the details more up close. It's time to pay attention to the details of these fears and these challenges and start checking yourself. And if you guys need assistance, come to me because y'all know I do energy awareness and healing through the Netherus. I don't play by mine. I'm not going to play about yours neither. Okay. But like, you're facing these challenges and these fears and you're doing it in a slower manner. And now we're in this mutable, adaptable energy. So now you can manipulate it a little bit more. All right. It's time to start manipulating them challenges and fears and this beautifulness in this retrograde space. Because now it's moving slow. So now you have time to actually do it. Now you're given more time to do it. Okay. Start manipulating those challenges and fears. Start manipulating those restrictions that you have allowed other people to create over you, whether it's family, friends, job, government, teachers, whatever authority you're allowing, and it's not sitting in your spirit what they're telling you to do or what they're telling you can't do. All of that. It's time to transform that, transmute that. And this is applying to your daily routine. So this is things that are in your everyday life that we're transmuting. And these are summertime retrograde, so it's always fun. And just let you know that the 6th house is ruled by Capricorn right now. Capricorn energy is that energy of challenges and restrictions and fears and authority and things like that, and also taking initiative. It's initiative time because nobody's going to come up to you and start doing the shit for you. And even if they do it for you, that's not you doing the work. So you still haven't overcome those fears and challenges. So say next time Saturn comes back around in one of your spaces, you're going to go back into fetal position and baby position because you allowed someone else to do your work. That's like, I'm supposed to lift weights every Monday at the gym. Every Monday at the gym is arm day. But instead of me lifting the weights at the gym, someone else is lifting the weights for me on Monday. And that's fun. Super grateful. I can even sit here and say, oh, the gods brought this person to do arm day for me on Mondays. But what's going to happen is it's going to be that one Monday where my coach is actually going to show up and say, hey, do a pull-up. And I can't because I haven't been lifting those weights. I didn't get the muscle I was supposed to get because I kept letting other people do it for me. Other healers do it for me. And that ain't it. That's not how we go about it either. Okay? Okay. Uranus. Uranus is the energy of Asar. Uranus is like that progressive energy. It's like that energy that shakes you and says, okay, it's time to change the way you've been doing things. It's time to do it different, and Uranus has been sitting in, Uranus right now is in that fixated energy of Taurus. So the fixated energy is going towards the self-esteem, the love, how we love each other, how we love the community, how we love our children, how we love romantic partners, how we love ourselves, how we love the universe. And we've been seeing that progressive change in love, haven't we? Yeah, everybody's changing how they love. Everybody's also changing how they materialize because Taurus energy is also an earth energy. That's all about materialization as well, right? Also about the pentacles, which is something we also been finding progressive change in. We've gone from the dollar to having a coin shortage to now we have an overwhelming, extensive list of crypto. And mark my words, by the time we end with Uranus in this Taurus energy, we will no longer be using money. We will no longer be using money. And I'm not applying that to everybody because some people want to stay in the matrix. So they're going to keep that shit alive. They're going to do everything in their power to keep that shit alive and oppress people with that shit. But the people that know who I'm talking about and know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. We're not going to use money anymore. So all that, I got to invest in this and I can't invest in the tribe because of this and I can't invest in that because of that. Oh, trust and believe, baby. Transformation is coming to you because you manifested a tribe and you said you wanted out the matrix. Sometimes you're going to have to let go of those people you love. Them people you never thought you were going to have to let go of. I had somebody come to me recently. This is the Uranus and Taurus energy in the 9th house like this. Let me tell you why. Because this person was like, oh, I've been married to this person for like 10 something years. I don't give a fuck. Is that person holding you into the matrix? Yes. Then that person needs to go. If that's not what you want and that person is not in alignment with what you want, it doesn't matter what the title is. One thing that we need to learn how to do when we cleanse is we also need to cleanse these spells of these titles. There's spells and titles. Mom, what do you think? What do you feel? What's invoked in you when you hear the word mom? Do you feel submission? Oh, I gotta respect her, or I gotta do what she say, or I gotta da da da. Same thing with dad. Same thing with husband. Same thing with wife. Same thing with children. All these titles, there's spells in them. Okay, there's spells in these titles. Some of y'all letting y'all children keep y'all in the matrix. Some of y'all letting y'all parents keep y'all in this matrix. Some of y'all letting y'all spouses keep y'all in these matrices. And if this is not what you want, trust you're going to be dealing with some resistance. You're going to be dealing with heavy resistance because your tribe is out here staring at you, waving, smiling, and waving. We're here. You manifested us. We're here. But you're allowing those titles to hold spells on your spirit. It's time to cleanse that too. You hear me? Uranus not going to have time for it, because if you keep doing it, Uranus going to do some shit to make that shit go away anyway. So be mindful, because the planets don't care about titles. They don't care about, if I got to kill this person and get them ran over by a car, that's what I'm going to do, because I told you to let this person go. You're not letting that person go. If I got to get you hurt for you to realize this person got to go, maybe I got to get you hurt, because this person that you with is so shallow that as soon as you get hurt, they going to go away anyway. As soon as you ain't got no money, they going to go away anyway. Since you won't let go of them, I'm just going to take the money so they can go. Don't wait for the planets to make a move, because the planets are not humane. They don't give a fuck about your human experience. They don't give a fuck about your human spells, your human emotions, your human attachments. They don't give a fuck. So all this universe, why'd you make this, do this, and do? They don't know about none of that. All they know is I need you here to do this, and you're not doing it. So I'm going to move pieces on the board to get that done. So you go ahead and be hard-headed, or you going to listen to spirit. I choose spirit for 500, please, Alex. I'm tired of getting tapped on my ass. Okay? You ain't got to do nothing else. I got it. I already know. I hear you every night, every morning. I got it. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know how to do it. I know sometimes the humans still get in the way, and spirit don't have no regard for pull. Oh, that's in your way? I got you. Pull that shit right out. Like, bro, it's cool. I didn't want that out my way. Like, nah, spirit don't give a fuck. I'm telling you that right now. All right. And that's sitting in the ninth house, philosophy, mindset. Okay. And letting you know that ninth house is ruled by Aries. So you got fire on fire, Cardinals, a new beginning. Same thing I just said. And then just to let y'all know that on March 5th, 2019, when we started this whole COVID shit, is when Uranus went into Taurus to begin with. So like I said, the planets don't care about humane emotions and mindset. They was like, oh, y'all not listening? Y'all still out here polluting my planet? Y'all still out here with the dusty EMFs? Y'all still not reducing consumption? Y'all still not washing our motherfucking hands? I got something for that ass. Coronavirus. That's the sun. Corona? That's the outer layer of the sun. COVID. That's a virus. It's so many things that happened at the same time around that time, where there was the ice caps melting and new bacteria and virus were released from the ice caps melting, from the sun changing its UVs, from us traveling, because y'all keep forgetting that Earth travels. I don't know why y'all keep forgetting that Earth travels, but because Earth travels, we're entering new realms near new suns and stars. But there's so much shit sprayed upon the sky, so much technology out here that y'all not even aware of. They're not going to show you that we're tapped into a whole new sun with new UV rays. They're not going to tell you that collectively we have been praying and meditating and making so many jokes, or Aboriginal comedians been on stage creating so many jokes we've been collectively laughing at and trying to materialize and stuff, that now we're in a space where the things that we tried to manifest are coming true. Certain people is getting sick. Certain people can't survive this realm. And because they control the narrative, because they control media and paper and the news and all that, they're showing and telling it in a gloom and doom. Everybody's dying, but everybody ain't dying. We ain't sick, NASA. You sick. Okay. And just to let y'all know, Uranus is going to be Taurus doing this energy until April 26, 2026. So it's still more progressive change to come. Uranus ain't done with that ass. It started with COVID. Could you imagine what it's going to end with? Y'all didn't even see that shit coming. I actually did see the shit coming, and a couple other healers saw that shit coming. And we told y'all like 5 years in the planetary forecast to go. But it's okay because some of y'all just now started watching my planetary forecast. But I've been doing this for about 6, 7 years, and I've been following people for like 10 years. We already knew this shit was going to happen. Even Alex Jones, goofy ass, knew this shit was going to happen. But you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, some of y'all just catching on, but just know, like, we still got more to come. We got like 4 more years of this progressiveness in this area of life. So, you know, buckle up and be in alignment. Stop trying to fight against the tide and learn how to move with it, because you're gonna get that ass tapped. Neptune is the energy of my yacht. This is definitely the energy of the subconscious. Tapping into spirit, most definitely. All right. And right now it's in that mutable energy of Pisces, sitting in the 8th house of transformation. And that energy is also ruled by Pisces. So definitely tapped into spirit. Tap into spirit for the transformation. Every transformation that taps into your life, every transformation that happens in your life, you come to spirit with gratitude. Come to spirit with understanding. If you don't have understanding, still come with gratitude and find understanding. You understand? Understand it. Spirit is here to create transformation. Spirit is here. Spirit is sitting in the power seat right now. Spirit is in control. Spirit does not know good or bad, good or evil, right or wrong. Spirit don't know that. That's your human shit. That's your human shit. So you can't come to spirit and say, oh, that was wrong. Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was evil. Why you let that person? Spirit don't care about that. Spirit goes where it's called. And we know for a fact that what us humans call evil, bad, wrong, they are always tapped into spirit. They all have their own oracles. You got life fucked up if you don't think that Mark Zuckerberg has his own oracle, that Joe Biden and the president or whatever don't have their own oracles. They literally intentionally planted buildings underneath certain constellations on certain days at certain times to ensure certain things. So if you don't have your own oracle, if you are not your own oracle, you need to go find one. I am available if you need one for decision making, for different things, stuff like that. But you need to have one. And it's probably most wise to have one in the area that you're at. I'm in the New Jersey East, so this tri-state area, including New York and stuff, I can be available in this space. But if you're not in this space, it'll probably be difficult for me to do more cosmic things. It's not that I can't do it. It's just a little bit more work. Whereas it would be easier if you found someone in your space. You know what I'm saying? Eventually I'll be able to do it in Arizona as well, as I'll be physically present there as well. So, you know, find an oracle, find a sage, find a witch, someone you can come to for wisdom, someone that is going to assist you with channeling and invoking spirit, because, you know, like I said, there's people out here that we call bad, evil, and wrong, but energy doesn't know that. It's just going where it's called. If you want energy called where you're calling it, where the good people are calling it, then you need to start putting more energy into that and stop thinking that you're being silly or whatever. Do your seances, do your rituals, have your conversations. Stop being ashamed. Stop being ashamed. Stop thinking people are outside judging you. Stop worrying about them people, them matrix people. A lot of them are fucking robots anyway. A lot of them are robots anyway. So why are you even worried about it? You should not be. Do your rituals. Do your seances. Channel the energy. That's your job. That's it. If you start thinking about shit, you're doing too much. You're already doing too much. I will go outside in a heartbeat, and I live in the middle of the hood. My backyard is open as shit. The people can see me in my backyard doing my seances, my rituals, and I do not care. Judge away and stay out my way. I do not care. All right? You should not care. Spirit don't care about blessing you in front of other spirits. So why do you care about blessing spirit in front of other people? You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Pluto. Oh yeah, just to give you guys a heads up, Neptune has been in Pisces in the 8th house since February 14th, 2012. Once upon a time when I was doing a daily forecast, we found out on that day, that's when Gaddafi was killed. That's also a couple other political things happened, like on a war realm. But the energy was called on that day. Neptune moving into Pisces, creating an 8th house transformation of death and rebirth and power, right? That's what that was. Like I said, these people that we call evil and wrong, they got oracles too. Somebody told them, like, oh, on this day, you got to kill him. On this day, go ahead and do that. On this day, go ahead and do that. On this day, go ahead and declare war. This is a good day because Neptune literally enters Pisces on this day to do it. And then Neptune will be in that Pisces energy until January 26, 2026. All right. So keep an eye open, heads up about that. Pluto is our energy of transformation. Pluto is also in retrograde along with Saturn. Pluto is in that mutable energy of Capricorn right now, which is your male side, your masculine side of your root chakra. And this is in the 6th house, which is your everyday routine, daily routines. Okay. So Pluto, the energy of transformation, power, secrets, death, rebirth, sexuality, is sitting in that restrictions, challenges, and fears. In what way are you restricting and challenging yourself? In what way are you allowing others to restrict and challenge you and put fear in your heart? When it comes to you sitting in your power seat, when it comes to you revealing truths, when it comes to you, transforming yourself. And this is applying to your daily routine, your health, and your wellness. It's time to transmute that energy. I have too many gods and goddesses that come to me and tell me it's my partner. It's my partner. I'm trying to do things, but it's my partner. Transmute that energy. You hear how I talk? Sometimes that's how you gotta talk. Especially when spirit is involved. What's more important, your walk on this earth or this tie with this other human that has their own walk on this earth? That has nothing to do with you, just like your walk has nothing to do with them. Shit like that. I say that like that because this is daily life. So this is someone that's involved in your daily life, your routine. It could be your job. That business ain't got shit to do with your relationship with spirit. That job ain't got shit to do with your relationship with spirit. Those kids have nothing to do with your relationship with spirit. Nothing. None of this stuff. The only thing that has anything to do with your relationship with spirit is you. You. So whatever excuses you got in your head, I don't want to hear. I don't got room for excuses. So I know for a fact spirit don't got no fucking room. Spirit know what they gave you. Spirit know where you at. I don't know where you at, and I still don't got room. Nobody has room for your excuses. Nobody. But just giving you guys a heads up that Pluto will be in Capricorn space until January 20th, 2024. And we did a whole thing about this and was like, that's when the next president will be in the seat. Also came up with the date March 23rd, 2023, 3/23/23 is when Pluto is going to first touch Aquarius energy, but then it's going to go back into Capricorn energy because remember, that's around the time we start our retrogrades. And then, so 3/23/23 is a very interesting day. We got 3/5/5. That's going to be something with humanity. 13/4 stability. So whatever happens on that day is going to stabilize some things. Keep an eye out because just like you're doing things, there's some people that we call evil that will be doing things as well. Pluto will be officially entering Aquarius energy on November 19th, 2024. And that's like right after election, right? Is that when they announce? Do they announce like who wins the election around in November 19th-ish? I don't know, but that sounds about right to me. Y'all let me know because I don't be keeping track of that shit no more. I stopped caring because it's not my, like, why do you deserve my energy? You don't deserve my energy. There's so much other shit out here that deserves my energy. You motherfuckers don't deserve my energy anymore. I know people are like, oh, but you gotta vote, da, da, da. But I'm not a part of that matrix anymore. I'm not a part of that matrix anymore. Your problems are not my problems. Your solutions are not my solutions. So, like, why am I still, putting myself in those spaces where, like, I'm trying to give you guys my energy and y'all don't give a fuck about my energy, like, y'all don't, like, I'll make all this space and time to show up to vote and then y'all play around with the votes anyway. Like, y'all don't give a fuck about my energy. Don't give a fuck. So why put my energy there when I could put my energy towards creating my own government? When I can put my energy towards us having our own elections amongst our governments, amongst our tribes, when we can have a round table amongst our tribes to sit at and create a umbrella, our own united tribe of America, United Tribes of America, UT of A, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, why would I put my energy towards y'all shit? That shit is a privatized company. I don't even know if you guys realize that, but that's a private company that you're forcing yourself to be in. Just get rid of the paperwork and go on and do your thing. Please stop. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Do what you want to do. I'm talking to myself and the other people that want to hear me. That's what we finna do. I'm not playing this game with y'all no more. But yeah, just keep an eye out. The true node. The true node is the path of the moon. In like most religions, like evolving around like Jewishism, the Kabbalah and the Torah and things like that. This actually is more important than any other thing. And this is like this is where you find your soul tribe, okay? If you guys are true node is in alignment. This is also the space where they tell you the soul tribe, you guys are actually sitting here to learn the same lessons. Okay? It's your destiny. And the true node changes every 18 months. The south node, if you guys know where your south node is, that's actually your past life energy. The energy that you need less of in this life. But the true node is the energy you need more of. And right now it's in that mutable energy of Taurus. The true node is also in retrograde, so it's slowing down. So some of you guys can tap into your destinies and, you know, find your soul tribe and take your time. True node goes in retrograde a lot. It goes back and forth a lot because this is supposed to be a space where you're supposed to be able to slow down and really tap into, you know, what you got going on and stuff. But it is in Taurus, which, you know, we got Uranus, that progressive energy in Taurus as well. So, you know, just really tapping into love, right? Finding transformation in that love. Pentacles, love for self, love for your tribe, love for the universe, love for your community, love for other species, not just the human species. There's so many species out here that are not getting love and energy, and that's why they're going extinct. Plants too. The cosmos too. Don't give them love and light. They're going to go away. They get dimmer. They go further. You know? It's my intention to bring in different cosmos, give different cosmos love and light, because this Scorpius constellation, this Saturn constellation is like, do we still want those? I don't know. Especially when you get into each star. Like, yeah. And we have the power to do that. It's just you guys are still trying to tap into the power of your reality. So we're not. I'm not even going to talk to you guys about the power of the cosmos, but I know for a fact that we have the power to attract and repel cosmos collectively. I've done it. I've talked to stars, and when I talk to the stars, they light up and flicker and shit. They hear me just like they hear you, but once you get there to that point where you know you have the power to manipulate everything, that's when the fun stuff starts to happen. So I can't wait till we get there. Yay! And this is in the 10th house, so you know, aspirations and achievements, get that shit done, gang. The ascendant, this is like your overall self, your mask. This is what you expect of the world and you think the world expects of you. This is where like in some spaces and places, the rising is actually more important than your ego, because this is your like true personality self. And this is sitting in retrograde as well. Pisces, the ascendant goes back and forth in retrograde and forefront a lot too. But the ascendant node in Pisces is in spirit. The overall mask of the cosmos is in spirit right now. And we're in the fixated energy of spirit right now too. So whatever happens, it's fixated, it's done, it's written. And this is in the 7th house, which deals with justice, balance, one-on-one relationships, creating the justice and balance in those relationships, things of that nature, dealing with that Libra house, and that's dealing with Aquarius energy, rebellious, detachment. Just everything I just said earlier. I'm not going to say it again. You should have tapped in earlier. And I'm also live on YouTube and Facebook if you want to catch the first few minutes of this video. Midheaven. The midheaven is like your aspirations and achievements and just like that, like going, I'm here and I succeeded and this is amazing. It's your 10th house too, in case you guys didn't know that. And it's actually in the mutable energy of Sagittarius, which is changing philosophy, changing your mindset, higher education, usually from foreign entities, like things that are different from yourself. Peace. Welcome to the Planetary forecast. And thank you for that follow. And this is in your 4th house. Your 4th house deals with like spirit, like intuitive spirit. That's a Cancer house energy. Feminine energy. Feminine energy is not just girls and pink skirts and da da da. Feminine energy is tapping into your inner self, going inward, tapping into you, your reality. What's going on inside of these cosmos? It's easy to go out in the outward cosmos, but are you going inside of your inward cosmos? Are you paying attention to what's going on here? Because if you pay attention to what's going on here, it makes whatever's going on out here makes so much more sense. Whatever's going on up there makes so much more sense. So, and you're very successful if you go ahead and tap into those inner cosmos. When it comes to inner cosmos, what do I suggest? The Science and Myth of Melanin, most definitely. Metu Netter, most definitely, are very good reads. Just some self-help books, working on your mindset, vision boards, journaling. You guys know I promote journaling so much because it's time for us to write our own Bibles. It's time for us to write our own stories, our own Akashic records. And the virtual life, the internet, digital, all that stuff is great. How reliable is it if we don't own it and run it? If the Matrix owns it and runs it, you know what I'm saying? So, that's the mindset that I have. I got trust issues. I'm not going to deny that, and I'm not going to change that because these motherfuckers ain't doing nothing for me to feel different. The trust issues shall remain. I'm not like a doomsday prepper or anything. I am a doomsday prepper, but like, I'm not going to sit up here and act like 2 + 2 don't equal 4 just because everybody else comfortable. I'm just not going to do that. Which is why I write down all my planetary forecast notes, and they're all written on paper and not in some type of spreadsheet online, because I've had things happen to where like my spreadsheets will disappear, my papers disappear. In my phone now, my pictures disappear, my videos disappear, my music disappears, my notes, like old songs, have disappeared. Like shit disappears for me in the virtual. So yes, I've even went into my old emails because I was looking for something specific that I know for a fact was in this particular folder in my email. It disappeared. But thank God I had enough sense once upon a time to print it out. So I had it in paper form. Now I just got to scan it and put it back into the digital realm so I could send it digitally, so I could send it that way to where it needs to go. But God, God forbid, had I was like, you know what, I saved it in my email, it's going to be there forever, I would have been SOL right now in this space and time. So no, yeah, I don't play about that. I don't play about my shit. You need to stop playing about y'all shit. But this is in Sagittarius, 4th house, changing your philosophies and all that fun stuff. And just let you know, the midheaven on an astronomical sense is the middle sky, and it changes 1 degree every 4 minutes, and it takes about 2 hours for the midheaven to change a whole zodiac sign, which is why it's very important to know what time you were born, because that's how you know where your aspiration and achievement space is. Lilith is our dark side. These are our triggers, what pisses us off and turns us on, what gets us going in that aspect of being triggered. And right now on the outside, Lilith is in that cardinal energy of Cancer, which is our feminine third eye chakra. Getting turned on and pissed off by spirit. It's going to happen. If you keep not aligning yourself, spirit's going to piss you off. Why? Because you said, hey, spirit, I want to remove myself from this matrix, but first I need to get rid of these bills. And the spirit was like, all right, and put you in a position where it got rid of your rent, it got rid of your car note, it got rid of as many bills as it could get rid of. And you're like, damn, spirit, why you do all that? Why you give me a house fire and crash my car and all that? You said you were trying to get out. I mean, I got you out, right? You're welcome. I would foresee that being a trigger. This is cold. That is good. I would foresee that being a trigger, right? And that trigger is it not? So, spirit's going to trigger you because you ask for stuff. And it's either going to trigger you to positivity or it's going to trigger you to where you're shaking your fist at the stars. Either way, get that shit out. And this is in the 11th house, so this is like knowing your humanitarian pursuits, doing things for humans, all that fun stuff. It's going to be a journey. It's not like, oh, I have knowledge, I've reached the pinnacle, nothing bad else is going to happen. Well, bad is up to you in your reality, and in your reality, what is bad? What is bad to you in your reality? I choose not to see bad anymore. I choose not to say bad no more. There's some shit that I'm like, oh, you need your ass beat? Definitely. You definitely need an equal opposite energy, like when you do things against people like rape and all that stuff like that. However, I'm not going to do this good and bad shit. I know I'm going to touch a sensitive topic right now because Spirit just told me to. This is my love and cancer. Mind your business. Anyway, we're going to talk about that Roe versus Wade joint. A lot of you guys are mad and triggered or whatever. It's time to start having more intentional babies. It's been time to start having intentional babies. Just like before, it was time to start homeschooling your kids. It's been time to start homeschooling your kids. I don't know why you're forcing your kids. First of all, y'all gotta know school is an oppressive tool. These motherfuckers came on our land and was like, you kids gotta go to our schools now. And if your kids don't go to our schools, we're gonna put you in jail. And y'all just got used to it. Y'all just got used to it and was like, that's just how it is. The kids gotta go to school. That's a tool of the oppressor. The fuck do you mean they gotta go to school? If you want to educate your children, educate your children. If you want your kids to not be educated, then don't educate them. But to sit here and send them to the oppressor and then say that's just the way it is, but then you're out here shaking your fist saying Black Power and activists and tribe. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You're backwards as shit. You're contradicting yourself. Spirit is confused, and so am I. And that's why certain things happen the way they happen. Like, oh, you guys have been manifesting getting rid of, the oppressor's tools, and now I'm getting rid of them, and you're complaining and begging for them back. I don't know what the fuck to do for y'all no more. I don't know what the fuck to do for it. Do you want it or not? Do you want it or not? And the same thing with the Roe versus Wade. Okay. These motherfuckers in the Matrix made a rule. We been should have had our own medical joints. Y'all sat here. I remember a few years ago, y'all was singing praises. Oh, look at all these aberrationals that graduated from medical school. All these nurses, all these doctors. Woo, woo, woo. But none of you guys motivated any of those humans to start their own hospitals. If you go on surplus.com, surplus.com, there are literally science tech. Like, if you guys want to start your own DNA, because I don't trust 23andMe, I don't trust none of that shit. I'm not going to. But if you guys started one by buying the tech off of, because you could buy the tech off of surplus.com, they have the DNA stuff. I know how to do it. I took AP Bio in high school. I was getting college credit in high school. I'm smart as shit. Don't get it twisted. I've been smart, baby. Okay? I've been taking college courses since middle school. You heard me? 4.0 GPA, top 10% in my class. Don't play with a goddess. All right? I did all that shit already. Not talking to a goofy. I know how to do DNA tests. And that's why I don't fuck with other people's DNA tests. Because if I wanted it done, I'd do it myself. You can go on this website, buy the technology, and do it your fucking self. Do it yourself. You can start your own paternity test. A lot of y'all in here talking about, the hospitals need to start having paternity tests. Do you really want hospitals in the Matrix? First of all, why are you still having babies in the hospital in the Matrix? But second of all, do you really want to have your baby in the hospital in the Matrix and the first thing they do is take all y'all DNA? I don't trust those people. My trust issues run deep. I already told y'all that. I don't got to keep repeating myself, but I don't give a fuck if I got to prove he's the dad or whatever, or I got to prove this is my baby before I leave because, niggas love switching up babies in the hospital. I don't give a fuck. I don't want them having my DNA, period. I don't even like the fact that they got my placenta in my umbilical cord somewhere right now. I don't like that. So, we can have our own tech. We can go on surplus.com, buy some empty buildings, talk to these aboriginals that went to law school and medical school, talk to some of these holistic doctors that educated themselves, some of these herbalist doctors, and have our own hospitals where we can go in there and trust that our DNA is being treated adequately. We can go in there and say, hey, let's have a law here where you have to take a paternity and maternity test before you leave the hospital to make sure this baby is going to the correct parents, to make sure the people that signing this paperwork are the correct people, to make sure both of these parents have knowledge of the DNA of their child, the blood type of their child. Too many people are leaving the hospital, don't even know their blood type or the blood type of their baby. But I bet you that fucking hospital does. I bet you the government does. The government got your whole fucking natal chart. You don't have your natal chart because you don't give a fuck. But you got shit chopped if you don't think the hospital knows that there was maybe 23 babies born under the Leo sun and Pluto Scorpio and fitting to do this. You got like fucked up if you think they not prepared for those 23 something babies they got on record that was born on that day and time and space or whatever. You don't know because you don't care enough. All these people that graduated is nothing. But y'all not doing it yet. You know, hopefully I've spoken into existence well enough for y'all to do it, especially with this Roe versus Wade shit. Where's my doctors at that know how to do abortions? We need to have our own clinics outside of the matrix. It's nothing to privatize yourself. It's nothing to denounce this nationality and start your own. It's going to get dangerous out here because you got like fucked up if you don't think some of these teenagers are going to sneak and go get it done themselves, because they are. We already did that already. These babies was out here dying getting abortions, using fucking hangers and shit. Come on now. Are we really going to sit here and repeat the 20s again? Because I'm not. I don't got time for y'all no more. My patience is like, my patience is so small with y'all now because we should know better. But y'all still want to sit here and be babies in the game. Y'all still want to be babies in the cosmos. And I don't know why. It's time to step in your power. It's power time. It's grown-up time. And I'm going to let some of y'all know right now, if y'all not ready for grown-up time, y'all can't sit at my table. It's too many of y'all babies trying to sit at my table, and y'all not welcomed here. Y'all not welcomed here. Y'all can come get a reading. Y'all can get some healing awareness, but y'all can't sit at this table with that baby talk. We getting shit done. And I'm not talking about getting shit done so we could aspire to live the way these celebrities have lived in the Matrix. Oh, I want a house. I want a car. I'm trying to get this money. I'm about to show y'all how to do it, but we're going to do it spiritually. I don't want to hear that shit. And I'm not here to promote that shit. And I don't give a fuck about that shit. So when you come into my space, come to my space different. Come to me different. Because all that celebrity name dropping don't impress me, bro. Those are Matrix robots. Of course they came to you, nigga. You got the light. That's what moths do. That's what mosquitoes do. They come to the light. Mosquitoes suck off of me every day. I'm not impressed. So you're either going to walk away from the Matrix or you're aspiring to be on top of the Matrix with your own style. Pick a team. But if you're aspiring to mirror the shit that Hollywood, do y'all even know what Hollywood is? Hollywood is the tree that they use to create magical wands. But these weren't just any magical wands. These wands were intentionally created to make illusions. So anything going on in Hollywood, including the government is Hollywood. The government is Hollywood. It comes on ABC and CNBC and CBS and all that, don't it? That means it's fucking Hollywood. Them channels is Hollywood. Look at the images. A fucking peacock? A fucking eye? It's Hollywood. What are you talking about? What are you talking about right now? What are we talking about right now? Not aspiring to do any of that shit. I don't want what they have. But that's just me tapping into that, you know, that Lilith and Cancer room looking for that ass. I hope I triggered some asses because that was the goal. Okay. But we're going to get into Chiron. Chiron is a comet. It gives off the EMF of helping those deal with your wounds and healing. This is how you turn your trauma into a superpower. I have a brother on here, Freedom J. Burton. If you're not following him, you need to follow him. That's a god right there that's using his Chiron to top notch. He's turning his trauma into a superpower. Okay. Some of you guys have been through trauma. You guys out here scared to talk about how you were abused, how you were a teen parent, how you used to abuse yourself sexually, mentally, emotionally. I sat here and listened to a goddess that was talking about how she used to abuse herself with food. But now she's turning that trauma into a superpower. She's teaching people mindset on food and losing weight. Me, I was a teen mom. I was sexually, physically, and emotionally abused by my grandfather and my dad's ex-girlfriend. I use those traumas as a superpower because now I can sit here and talk to y'all. Now me and my son have book club. We're reading Metu Netter together, The Science and Myth of Melanin, Black Future Month together, because now I have a teenage son that can sit here and do that with me. You turn those shits into superpowers. And right now we have that EMF energy sitting in the fixated energy of Aries, creating new beginnings, right? New beginnings. It's time to create new beginnings. I love you too. Thank you. It's time to create a new. Stop sitting in that trauma like it's still happening to you, like you're still sitting in it. Stop talking to people like you're still sitting in that trauma. You're not sitting in that trauma no more. It's new space. It's new time. Peace, peace. Thank you for the follow. It's new space and it's new time. It's not time to still keep sitting in that trauma like it's still happening. It's not happening to you no more. All right? It's time to use it as a superpower because that's what it is. Those things happen to you so you can speak out on other things. It didn't happen to you for you to be walking around acting like a victim. You over here, no new friends, no tribe. I'm solo dolo. I got a slick ass mouth. Da la 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 la. Like, and that shit. Universe didn't give you that trauma for you to do all that. Universe gave you that trauma because other people have your trauma, and it's time for y'all to align and create a superpower from that trauma. Maybe y'all the task force that show up when some people do have things happen to them. Oh, peace. I was 15 when I had my baby. My baby is actually a product of rape. If you guys check on my website, letsnobodiescollection.com, if you go to my blog page, I share my story on my blog page. You know? And I use my trauma as a superpower now. My son, his name is Ezekiel. Ezekiel means strength from God. That man was no accident. That's exactly who he is. That is my strength from God. Life path 22 to my 11 life path. You understand me? He's very intentional. He's supposed to be here. So, you know, things like that. Tap into that energy. It's new beginnings time. And that 8th house is bringing the transformations. Ashe? Transformations always. And I already told you that 8th house is ruled by spirit. Pisces energy. Just to give y'all a little insight, Chiron usually stays in energy like Pisces and Aries for 7 to 8 years. However, it only stays in Virgo and Libra energy for only about 2 years. So I don't know how you make that with thou wilt. It spends about 4 years on average in each zodiac. Moving on to Ceres. Ceres is in that fixated energy, 18 degrees of that feminine third eye of Cancer, sitting in that 11th house of humanitarian pursuits. All right. Ceres is an asteroid. It's also considered a dwarf planet. Ceres spends about 4 months in each sign. It deals with your relationship with your mother and other women in your life. So you find out where Ceres is so you can find out what like traumas or triumphs or dramas or whatever you may be dealing with from other women. Like some of you women out here like, I don't like to have female friends. I don't like to you know, be around too many women. I don't really get along with my mom. Check where your Ceres is, you know, update yourself, align yourself. It's important. Find out, heal that energy in yourself. Libra, that's love. My baby is a Leo. That's my lion babe. And Leo runs in my family though. Leo runs in not my family as far as my parents, but in my tribe. Like I'm a Leo rising. My youngest is a Leo rising. My oldest is a Leo sun, Leo moon, and their father is a Leo. And you know, their father and my oldest have the same birthday. And I love their father. He took in a son that did not biologically belong to him, and now he belongs to him. So both my kids have the same father. I don't care what nobody say. That's their dad. You know, but back to Ceres, you know, this deals with food and cooking and nurturing, anything that you do to nurture others, things that you like to be nurtured with. Some of you guys that are dealing with discuss with that feminine energy is probably because your nurture language wasn't spoken in your upbringing. Like I know a lot of my males kind of have like that tension with their mother figure because where their Ceres is at or where their Venus is at with that love language, they weren't receiving that from their mother. A lot of moms, you know, they speak harshly and hard because they want to be masculine, but that's not masculinity. That's harshness and meanness. Masculinity is not mean and harsh. But you know, they weren't getting their love language spoken. A lot of these parents don't know how to speak to their kids because they don't know where their Mercury's placement is. A lot of these parents don't know how to speak to their kids because they don't know where their Venus is. They don't know what their love language is. Gratefully, I myself made it my business to learn my children's placement, so I know how to speak to my kids. Despite how harshly I was spoken to, I know to speak to my Cancer Mercury baby a little different. I know sometimes he don't want to speak to me. I know how to speak to my Venus and Aries baby a little different because I know he gets overpowered by the Aries energy on his heart chakra. He feels everything deeply and everything gets expressed with this big ball of energy. So, you know, you learn those things, but not every mother was able to do that. And that creates a callous in a lot of these men and women's hearts and how they interact with other feminine energy moving forward. Tap into that placement in your chart and break them generational curses with the women around you with that Ceres placement. It's important. It's important, and now it's your responsibility. It's nobody's fault but your own at this moment, space, and time, because you're held accountable for the things you know. um Pallas is also an asteroid. It is in that mutable Taurus energy. So it's definitely manifesting. Pallas gives off that energy of art and wisdom, it's self-defense, justice, strategy. It's the space where sometimes you can go a little too far, but it's also your overlooked genius. So right now it's in that Taurus energy. A lot of y'all are overlooking your ability to manifest. A lot of you are overlooking your ability to manifest. A lot of you guys are overlooking your ability to love because you want to be alone and you still want to, you're addicted to your trauma and you're using your trauma as a blanket instead of a cape. Okay. And no, baby, no, we're not doing that no more. You're held accountable for the things you know. And if you want to sit at this table, you're gonna have to be accountable. I love that letter A. I love A's. Accountable. Let's do it. We're not doing that. You're not overlooking your ability to manifest no more. We're no longer overlooking our ability to love and understand and utilizing our zodiac signs or our past traumas and stuff as reasons why we can't manifest or reasons why we can't show love and unity to people in our tribe. It's time to break away from that. And this is sitting in your 10th house. So when you overcome these things, you're going to step into that placement of aspiration and achievement. Don't we want to be great? Don't we want to reach our highest selves? Don't we want to achieve and things like that? I do. So it's time to stop. It's time to tap into your power manifesting. You have the power. That's it. It's no but in what if, but this person and that person and this situation and I reside here, but my physical is there. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. Nobody said you couldn't manifest. Period. If the enemy is manifesting easily, what makes you think you can't? You're suppressing and oppressing yourself. That's why you create a suppressor and oppressor outside of yourself so that you don't have to have accountability for how you suppress and oppress yourself within. And that's what we're not finna do. I ain't got no suppressor. I ain't got no oppressor. I ain't got no massa. Uncle Sam, who? Where? What the fuck? He ain't got no power here. Trust and believe he do not. Juno is sitting in that fixated. It's about to exit fixated and turn into mutable though. But Juno is in that fixated energy of that feminine sacral chakra of Pisces. So we're tapped into spirit here, still in that 8th house of transformation. And we already know the 8th house of transformation is ruled by Pisces energy. So Juno is an asteroid. It's the 9th largest asteroid in our cosmic realm here. And it brings in new insight, wounds, what your needs are in a relationship, the person you're most likely to marry. So when people come to me and they want relationship advice or marriage advice, when I tap into the cosmos, this is the energy that I most likely will tap into to see if you guys are compatible as far as creating a union. And it's not just romantic unions, it's also tribal unions. So if you're starting a community, that's one thing that I do with Less Nobodies in the Terra Nullius land on Arizona. Peace, yes, we can talk. For those of you who have been following me, I know I own land in Arizona. One thing that I will be doing is tapping into everybody's natal chart before you can come onto the land, because we're not dealing with any like resistance, restriction. I don't want to hear I didn't know and I'm not aware and da 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 da. We're not doing none of that. We're not doing any of that. Want to know why we're not doing any of that? Because I'm going to make sure everybody has knowledge. And if you have knowledge, you have to be accountable. So not only will I have access with your natal chart, but the other members of the community will have access. So I don't want to hear, oh, I didn't realize that my Mars was in air and his was in fire, and that's why I made his fire bigger. I don't want to hear that shit, because now because you do know and you did it anyway. And you allowed your lack of emotional intelligence to get in the way. And that's what I do when I do couple counseling, because once I give you both your natal charts, I introduce you to each other's natal charts. I talk about the areas in your life where you would connect and disconnect, where you guys might fuel each other and trigger each other, why you guys came together to begin with, what attracts you guys to each other the most, etc., etc. And not just romantic, friends, parents, brothers and sisters, mothers and parents, business partners, tribe building. For those of you who are trying to start a temple and need to set up a whole board, because in order to start a temple or any type of ministry, you need a board before you can have members. If you're trying to get a board together, I help y'all do that with the natal charts. Y'all have to know each other's energy because y'all can't just be in here spewing y'all fire everywhere and y'all don't know who y'all talking to. Some of y'all talking to water babies all crazy with your fire, and that's not right. And then y'all say, oh, I punked them. I punked them. No, you didn't. That's a water baby right there. They just absorbed everything you said and you fucked up their root chakra or you fucked up their sacral chakra. Now I got to go back and heal and unwind that. Shit like that. We're not doing that. Be accountable. When you're accountable of your own energy, it definitely helps you be accountable of other people's energy. Definitely. That's a given. Yeah. Juno, we talked about Juno, how it's the 9th largest asteroid. It gives off the energy of Hera, new insight, wounds, needs in a relationship. We said it was tapped into spirit. You're gonna tap into spirit to get tap into that energy. Go ahead and do your transformations in that area with them unions. Some of you guys need to get rid of some of them unions, some of them temples and relationships y'all got going on. And it's okay if y'all want to fight against spirit, because spirit going to rip those things away from you anyway. For those of you listening, know who I'm talking about. I ain't got to say too much. My favorite quote is, if y'all don't share dreams, y'all shouldn't be sharing pillows. Don't do it. Vesta is also an asteroid. Vesta is bigger than Juno. It's the 2nd largest asteroid in our cosmic realm. It's 6 degrees in Pisces, so it's just not cardinal energy of Pisces, just getting into that sacral chakra. And it's sitting in the 7th house, which is balance, fairness, one-on-one relationships, which is ruled by Aquarius, which is detachment. Yes, thank you for tapping in, though. If you ever want to catch the rest of this video, it will be on YouTube and my pages, so you can always come in and tap in on the rest. Thank you for tapping in. Vesta is about your passion, your home, and your family, your inner nun. So when you're not using your energy sexually, when you're not having sex, this is probably where your energy is going instead. Well, this is actually where your energy should be going instead. Especially for my intentional celibate individuals that are having issues with keeping that sexual energy to themselves. This is where that energy can go, and it'll be just as satisfied. My Vesta is in Virgo, so when I'm not sexing, I'm manifesting. I'm about to put that in a song. Vesta right now is in Pisces. Spirit is on 1,000 right now. So if you're not having sex, you need to be out here praying, cuz get on them knees. Get your prayer carpet ready. It's like, nah, I'm not playing. It ain't no sight. It's time to tap into spirit. Stop having sex. Be celibate. You hear me? And it's gonna create balance and fairness. For those of you guys that are over sexualizing yourself, just go ahead and tap into your inner spirit, tap into your duality, go upward, go against the grain, all that fun stuff. What's up?
Can I borrow the charger again?
Yeah, it should be somewhere over there. Creaky ass door. Aries. Aries is in that mutable energy of Aries. Aries is a dwarf planet. It brings off Mars energy, and it's the energy of discord, kind of like chaos, if you will, disconnect. Aries kind of follows, it's on the outside of Pluto. So when Pluto comes around and does its transformation, Aries comes back around and gives off that feminine energy of Mars and keeps fucking shit up. But it's fucking shit up with the intentions of like cleaning it up a little bit, like, oh, the transformation happened. All right, here I come with my hurricane to make sure everything, you ain't miss no corners, Pluto. Make sure Mars and Pluto ain't miss no corners. Like that's that. When you get into a dialogue with somebody and then you walk away and you're like, dang, I should have said this, this, and this, and this. Is Aries that's going to send you back to the conversation to say this, this, and this. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But right now it's in Aries in the 9th house, creating new beginnings. Everything is creating new beginnings. You're either creating a new beginning in your life, tapped into spirit, that's creating a new beginning in your life, transformation upon transformations. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time right now. Definitely time to tap into spirit to do all those things. All right. Just know that there's going to be some things you have to let go of. When you open your hands, not only are you receiving, but you're also letting go, and that's okay. In 9th house, we know, is that Sagittarius energy of expanding your philosophy, your knowledge, your mindset, how you go about doing things, saying things. And then we have Fortune. Start off the day with Fortune, the Aries, in the 8th house. So tapping into new beginnings, tapping into transformation, all of that is in our Fortune. It is in our fortune. It is in our best mind to do so. It's in our best heart to do so. And that's how we woke up this morning. That's just how we woke up this morning. And I didn't even touch all the asteroids and comets and planets and dwarf planets. That's just the main ones. The cosmos be busy with us. You find the ones that you love the most and you talk about them the most, and it'll do you right. It'll do you well. It'll be some people that come to you and listen to you just to hear what you got to say about those cosmos. It is in my intention to get more tapped into current events with these things so that I can make better alignments. For those of you who do be tapped into current events, please feel free to comment in the section like, oh, I see what you're talking about, because that sounds like when this happened and that happened in the news and blah, blah, blah. So now we're gonna get into the actual week. Today's the 27th, right? Today we're dealing with the waning crescent moon. The waning crescent moon is the moon of cleansing. It's a time to rest, nurture, and share with others. So we are at a 1% waning crescent moon. The moon rose at 4:06 a.m. and will be setting at 7:46 p.m. the next day. We are dealing with a Gemini moon at this moment, which is our feminine throat chakra, how we speak and express inward. Dealing with Sebek, which is the 8th sphere on the tree of life. And I'm going to come here. Boom. Boom, boom. Yeah. That's with opposing forces and labeling. You're dealing with your left brain at this space and time on the end where it's separating things. The sun rose at 8:32 a.m. It will be setting at 8:32 p.m. 5:32 a.m. The sun rose. The moon and Mercury are in conjunction. Both are inside that fixated Gemini energy, mind you, in the 10th house of Taurus. So they're both dealing with community, your feminine self, as well as your throat chakra self. They were in conjunction at 3:03 a.m. The moon was 3.9 degrees north. The minimal angle occurred at 1:55 a.m. The moon was 3.1 degrees northwest, and we could have observed this at 4:45 a.m. with a separation of 3.5 degrees northeast. The moon and Aldebaran were also in conjunction will be in conjunction at 6:54 p.m. The moon will be 6.7 degrees north. Aldebaran is like the eye of the Taurus constellation. It's a very big, bright blue star. It gives off the energy of Mars, honor, intelligence, and courage. Usually the beginning of large political undertakings happen when things are in line with Aldebaran. It's also a good time to produce business. The eye of Taurus follows the energy of Pleiades, which is the seven sisters. So it's kind of like the pet that follows behind the goddesses. The Bootits reach maximum activity today as well, as far as the number of meteors vary every year, but the Bootits actually get really, really close to Earth. In fact, they say that we might have a near Earth experience around 2062. But the Boots constellation is from Comet 7P Pons Winnek, and this is from the Jupiter Comet family. So we're really close to Jupiter right now, and we're feeling their comets, their meteor showers. The latest sunset of the year is at 8:32 p.m. and the moon is 2 degrees north of Venus and 3 degrees north of Mercury. So we have a nice alignment of Venus, the moon, and Mercury at this space and place of time. They're really close to each other doing things. So if you find yourself vocalizing on love, vocalizing on manifestation, definitely a good time. Tap inward, find out what you want to manifest before you start speaking up. Tomorrow, June 28th, we're going to deal with the new moon, which will be at 0 degrees. The moon will rise at 4:54 a.m. and it'll be setting at 8:41 p.m. The new moon will be in Gemini energy, that community energy, the throat chakra. So it's definitely time to speak things into manifestation. The new moon is an energy of rebirth, letting go, and creativity. Ashe. The sun will rise at 5:33 a.m. and will be setting at 8:32 p.m. Cause Borealis will be opposite the Cancer sun. Cause Borealis is the is a star. It's in the Sagittarian constellation. It gives off the energy of Jupiter and Mars. It brings on the EMF of ambition, pride, power. Good time to get into business and justice. Because it'll be completely opposite the sun, it's going to give off those vibes, but it won't be tapped into your ego as much. Okay. It'll be, opposite your ego. So there might be some things that you get into business with that it won't set with your sun energy. It won't set with your ego. It might give you a little, that's kind of beneath me, but okay. And that's really like that energy across from the sun. But if you tap into it, you'll be in alignment. You'll be all right. Neptune will be stationary at 1:22 p.m. tomorrow because Pluto's going in retrograde. Y'all ready for the summertime retrograde? Y'all already know. I don't want to hear no surprise. Oh my God. It's not scary. It means that things are slowing down and it moves so slow that it appears to move backwards because there's a lot of shit moving at the same time. Anyway, it moves slower so that we can really tap in slowly and pay attention to the details of all things. So Neptune will be stationary, and we know Neptune is in the 8th house. Neptune is in Pisces, and the 8th house ruled by Pisces. So get ready for that intuitive spirit providing transformation in your realms, which would be very, very exciting. And that starts at 1:22. So if you want to start meditating around 1:10-ish for the retrograde, do it. I'm gonna be at work, but I'm definitely gonna set an alarm on my phone to do my breaths around that time. The moon in Teja posterior will be in conjunction at 8:13 p.m. The moon will be 3.8 degrees north. The minimal angle will occur at 8:50 p.m. The moon will be 3.7 degrees north. And no, this will not be visible. You won't be able to see it, at least where I'm at in the New Jersey area. Teja posterior is in the Gemini constellation. It's actually located in the back foot of one of the Gemini twins. I want to say the Pollux twin. But it gives off the energy of protection. It rules over your hands, your arms, and your shoulders. Good time for arm day. And it's a really good force. It just gives off the energy of force. Mercury and Gemini energy, we know it's community, communicative, communicating, expression. So definitely find your intuition expressing itself in that space, place, and time. The new moon will begin at 10:53 p.m. and that is when the moon is between the sun and earth and not visible, which is always fun. As far as June 29th, now we're getting into Wednesday, right? We'll still be in the new moon. The moon will rise at 5:37 p.m. and 5:37 p.m. and will set at 9:29 a.m. The moon will be in Cancer, which is the energy of a set, awareness of depth of being. So if you guys are tapping into all that other energy, all that Pisces energy, especially when Neptune goes into retrograde, now it's like, ooh, now it's time to, like I said earlier, tap into your inner cosmos. This deals with the nice sphere on the tree of life when we're dealing with the Netarus, worldly events. As far as the Kabbalah goes, we're dealing with Yesod and the masculine third eye. Sun will rise at 5:33 a.m. It will set at 8:32 p.m. The moon will be the furthest distance to the earth at 406,582 kilometers. So that Cancer moon energy, we'll be feeling it, but we'll be pretty faint. The maximum declination of the moon in the lunar cycle is also on Wednesday. We'll start to see the moon in the evening. And then the moon in Pollux will be at minimal angle at 7:07 a.m. The moon will be 2.7 degrees south. You'll be able to observe this actually because the moon will be visible. And that'll be observable at 9:17 p.m. At a separation of 6.4 degrees west, south, west. And Pollux is one of the Gemini twins. This is the immortal twin that actually wanted to be sent to the stars with his brother, which is Castor, once his brother died. This gives off the Mars energy of hubris, violence, but it also gives off the energy of bravery and loyalty because my man was so loyal that he just wanted to go up there with his brother no matter what. June 30th, which is Thursday, we're in the waxing crescent moon, which is the moon of regeneration. Time to start new projects and adventures. It'll be at 2%. The moon will rise at 6:32 a.m. and it will be setting at 10:11 p.m. We're dealing with that Cancer energy of the moon still. The sun will rise at 5:33 a.m. The sun will be setting at 8:32 p.m. The moon in Castor, now we're dealing with a mortal twin. They'll actually be in conjunction at 3:05 a.m. The moon will be 6.5 degrees south. Castor gives off the energy of Mercury, which is honor, intellect, and learning. So it's a good time to travel, and if you have to go to the doctors, that's a good day to go to the doctors too. Vega will be opposite the sun at 6:45 a.m. The moon and Pollux will be in conjunction at 7:01 a.m. and the moon will be 2.7 degrees south. So, that's how you get into, for those of you who don't fully hear me, that's how you get into the sidereal, the nakshatras, and the tropical chart all at the same time. Because when the tropical chart, the moon is in Cancer. However, when you get into the sidereal chart, we know that the moon is still around Gemini stars. Okay? When we did into the nakshatras, now you know exactly what degree, 2.7 degrees south. So here I did all three at the same time because they're all complementary. They all complement each other in some type of way, shape, or form. Tropical chart deals with your psyche, your mindset. Sidereal deals with your heart set. Nakshatras deals with your gut, what's actually happening. Jupiter will actually be visible in the morning starting on Thursday. July 1st, which is Friday, Venus Day. Happy Holy Day ahead of time. We'll still be dealing with the moon of regeneration of waxing crescent. It'll be at 6% this time. The moon will rise at 7:31 a.m. and will be setting at 10:46 p.m. We're dealing with that energy of Leo now with the moon, which is the energy of Heru, will, courage, discipline. The sixth sphere on the tree of life, which deals with coordination. We're dealing with Tippereth and the Kabbalah, the sun, the third eye, feminine energy. The sun will rise at 5:34 a.m. and it will set at 8:32 p.m. Venus and Aldebaran will be at minimal angle at 4:50 a.m. Venus will be 4.1 degrees north of Aldebaran, and I told you Aldebaran is the eye of Taurus. Okay, it's giving off that bull energy. Okay, the honor, intelligence, and courage, but also like political undertakings, taking over shit, because we know bulls love to attack when they see that red. Okay, don't be the one with red on. The moon in Persepi will also be in conjunction at 8:29 a.m. The moon will be 3.4 degrees north. The minimal angle will be at 9:10 a.m. with the moon at 3.9 degrees north. And just to let you guys know, no, it will not be visible. Persepi is off of the Cancer constellation. So, even though we're in the Leo tropical, we're still in the Cancer constellation. Persepi gives off the energy. Persepi is actually located at the head of the Cancer, the head of the crab. It rules the right eye. It gives off the energy of the Mars and Moon, which is disease, disgrace, but also adventure, a little bit of brutality, and definitely a good space to tap into the spirit of the ancestors. So if you want to manifest on Friday around 8:30, from 8:20 to about 9:20, I say go for that shit. It's a good time to manifest. The earth shine on the moon after dusk. This is when the sunlight, which we know the sun is in Cancer, will be reflecting from the earth. I have reason to believe that the earth could possibly be around the same constellation as Jupiter. If Jupiter is in Aries, then did we say Jupiter was in Aries? Jupiter's in Aries or Pisces. Then earth would most definitely be somewhere near, Jupiter's in Aries, in the cardinal energy of Aries. So we can infer that earth is probably in that mutable energy of Pisces. I call it either exiting out the fixated or entering the mutable energy of Pisces. And so you have the Cancer energy shining on the Pisces energy, and both the Cancer and Pisces energy is going straight to the moon, which is in Leo. So that's a nice little tripod of vibes. I'm feeling it. I'm here for it. Yeah, we've been trying to solve this conundrum with Earth, because horoscopes never talk about Earth and where Earth is at and what zodiac energy Earth is in. So we finna solve and change and transmute, because that's not acceptable to me. July 2nd, which is that Saturday, y'all can catch me at the pool party in Philly. I'll be performing and vending, y'all. We're dealing with the waxing crescent with still new beginnings and things like that. 12%. The moon is going to rise at 8:33 a.m. It will be setting at 11:16 p.m. We're still in that Leo energy with the moon. The sun will rise at 5:35 a.m. and the sun will be setting at 8:33 p.m. Venus and Aldebaran will actually be in conjunction at this time. Still that eye of Taurus energy. That will be happening at 7:25 p.m., which is really cool because my son's birthday is 7:25. Venus will be 4.2 degrees north if you guys want to, see it. The Bootids, they'll reach the end of their activity. The Bootids are actually part of the Jupiter constellation. That's why I said we're probably very close to Jupiter. The south pole of the moon will be tipped into view And the moon in Regulus will be at minimal angle at 6:39 a.m. The moon will be 4.1 degrees northeast. You can observe it at 10:29 p.m. The moon will be, well, there'll be a separation at 6.9 degrees northwest. The conjunction will occur at 5:05 a.m. where the moon will be 4.2 degrees north. And just to give you a little insight on what Regulus is a star. It's the brightest object in the Leo constellation. It's actually 4 stars that are set into 2 pairs, which brings on that energy of cleanliness, the energy of community coming together and being a brighter star. July 3rd, which is that Sunday, we're still in the waxing crescent moon. This time we're at 19%. The moon will rise at 9:35 a.m. and we'll be setting at 11:42 p.m. We're dealing with that Virgo energy, which is the energy of Sebek, opposing forces, labeling the left brain, a sphere in the tree of life, the celestial technicians. And as far as the Kabbalah goes, is dealing with the energy of Had, your masculine throat chakra. The sun will rise at 5:35 a.m. and will be setting at 8:32 p.m. The Alpha Capricornids will start their activity at about 5 meteors per hour. So we have another meteor shower. So the Jupiter meteor shower is ending. The Saturn meteor shower is beginning. We're getting some meteors from the Saturn constellation, bringing on that energy of fears, challenges, restriction. Also, that cardinal energy, starting things new, manifesting new things, right? Taking charge and authority, all that fun stuff. Now, you can either choose to be oppressed by this shower or you can choose to take power. I'm going to take power when we go outside without my shoes on and ground myself. It sounds like a good time. I don't want to wear shoes anymore. Ever since that camping trip, shoes can kiss my ass. But I don't live in an area where I can walk around without shoes on. So much has happened. Like, I'm congested again. All right, it might be a TMI moment, but when I was out camping, my period went away. Now I'm back into civilization and it's back like it never left. Like shit like that. Like, bro, I really feel like I'm supposed to be in the fucking woods. I hate it here. And just to let you guys know that constellation, well, not that constellation, that meteor shower will be most active on July 30th. Okay. I really do hope you guys make it to the next camping event. The next camping event will be August 26th to the 28th. We'll be on the same campgrounds. It was an amazing experience this past weekend. Come out and be in the trees with me. I'm a really good time. And if you don't think so, you're lost, bro. July 4th, which is next Monday, is how we're going to end this. We're still in the waxing crescent moon, this time at 27%. The moon will rise at 10:38 p.m. There's no set time. The moon's going to do what it's going to do. The moon is still in Virgo energy. The sun will rise at 5:35 a.m. and will be setting at 8:31 p.m. 2 a.m., the sun is going to be the furthest distance to the earth at 152.10 by 106 kilometers. Ceres and Castor will be in conjunction at 10:42 p.m. with Ceres at 5.8 degrees south. Just to remind you, Castor is the mortal twin in the energy of the Gemini constellation. And we spoke on Ceres being the energy of nurture and nurturing your feminine energy, how to interact with mother energy and interacting with energy of that nature. It's time for our feminine energy to come together, start creating motherly spaces. That's what I predict on this 4th of July. Let our goddesses unite. Let us take over these temples. Death to the pick-me's. Because the pick-me's are definitely ruled by masculine energy. They allow themselves to be suppressed by that masculine energy. And we just can't keep tolerating that in these temples because it's giving these men, these gods, false pretenses of what feminine and masculine energy is. And we can't keep letting that reside, right? So now I want to give you guys your readings for the week. I do elemental readings. I think I'm going to start doing on Sundays, just collective readings for the zodiacs, and then just do elemental readings for the planetary forecast, so they're not so long-winded because I'm here for a long time. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to start doing because I already do the Virgo Virgin Talk on Saturdays. I'm not really doing anything on Sundays. Sundays is usually like I go to work and shit. I hate that job. I'm about to transmute that shit too, but I gotta pay my karmic debts first. But yeah, I think Sunday is going to be a day for readings. And then Mondays we do the planetary forecast and our elemental readings. I don't do anything on Tuesdays as far as this goes. Every second and fourth Wednesday is the Elite Motivation Group in the Flatter Battle. If anybody listening is interested in joining me for the Flatter Battle, it's a battle rap league where you have to actually compliment your opponent. We are looking for participants for the July 13th episode. And then on Saturday mornings, we have Virgo Virgin Talk. We have a few more episodes left of the season. So if you're interested in being a guest on Virgo Virgin Talk, we would love to have you. So let's start with fire, okay? So all my fire babies, what are we talking about? Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo vibes. Let's pull a card for y'all to find out how this vibe is going to be for y'all for the week, especially with all this Pisces energy floating about. All my fire babies. Judgment. It's judgment time for my fire babies. Some of you guys haven't been manifesting adequately because this was a judgment card in reverse. Some of you guys are the judges. It's time to, if you're on the upside of this, you're listening to your judgment, you're hearing, tap into spirit for the judgment. It's for you. If somebody comes up to you and tells you about yourself sometime this week, especially my Leo. Well, none of y'all like to be told about yourself, really. Somebody gonna tell y'all about yourself this week, though. It's definitely time for y'all to listen. Y'all ain't been listening. It's judgment time. So when you guys tap into spirit, it's either going to be spirit telling you about yourself, or spirit's going to present someone in human form or a situation in human form or physical form, and it's going to tell you about yourself. Just listen. Shh. 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 Listening is always fun until it's not. So now I'm going to pull a card for my water babies because we got all this Pisces energy popping, Cancer vibes. What's my other water baby? Scorpio, right? Scorpio, water, or air? I always mix those two up. But yeah, my water babies. Eight of Wands. It's time to align yourself to create that balance and fairness. Most definitely wanted you to tap into that 8th house of transformation that's coming. This has Pluto energy all over it. We know that's the 8th house. When y'all meditate on your transformations. It's time to meditate into your transformations on my water babies. Okay? And you don't have to do it alone. See, I said, when you exit the matrix, you think you're about to be on some solo dolo. You're not. You're never on some solo dolo. It's not always just physical. Someone standing next to you in the physical. It's always somebody standing next to you in the spiritual. We have infinite selves. So you don't know what self of someone is sitting next to you. It might just be someone's voice self. Somebody's throat chakra self. You might hear somebody's random prayer sometimes. Sometimes I hear people screaming. I hate that. It gets really loud sometimes. But, you never will know what part of someone's self that you're receiving. All right. So now we're going to step into the space with my air babies. My airheads. Where's my air babies doing this week? What kind of reading y'all need for this week? What's that? Gemini, Aquarius, and I don't know what the other. Because I be getting Scorpio mixed up with air and water, and it just be like fucking up everything else. Oh, Libra, my air babies. What kind of reading do I have for my air babies? Seven of Pentacles. Tapping into that celestial self. Why are your arms closed, air babies? Are y'all too detached? Especially my Aquarians. Are you so detached? Do you think you're above the things that I'm saying? Because you're not. Attach yourself. Align yourself. Unfold those arms and open those hands. Tap into the celestial number 7. Okay? And this is how you get your pentacles. All right? This energy is also sitting confidently. There's confidence in your arms being crossed. And that's because you've been attracting your materials. You've been attracting the pentacles doing it this way. But we don't want to keep it this way. It's very pompous energy off of this card that I'm feeling. We don't want that. But it's cool that you're manifesting, but no. check your energy, because as soon as you try to manifest that tribe, all those things that you manifest with that energy is going to be taken away from you, no matter how hard you worked for it or how much you said you deserved it or how much you think spirit gave it to you. Just change the vibes. That's all. Now, last but most certainly not least, let's do our earth babies. What is that? Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. My earth babies. I also want to get into the vibes of creating my own deck. It's time to create our own decks too. Create our own everything. Our new constellations, new shapes, new zodiacs, new everything. Just like whole new Akashic records. Let's just have fun with the shits. I'm here for it. That's what everybody else did. 9 of Pentacles. You guys are juggling too much, manifesting too much, trying to put yourself in too many spaces. It's getting overwhelming. Cut it out. And then you're trying to hold all this shit by yourself. How are you holding all this by yourself? A lot of you guys need to work on the community. A lot of you guys trying to do things by yourself, but it's going to be the community that brings my fire babies judgment. It's going to be community that brings those water babies that transcendence and creating balance and fairness and things like that. It's definitely going to be, you know, my air babies. Excuse me. That's, you know, y'all just got to learn how to manifest y'all things a little different. But yeah, you don't got to be alone. It's tribal time. So all that was in line with the message I gave y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this weekly planetary forecast. Hope y'all took y'all reading to y'all heart. Next Sunday, we're going to start off with the weekly reading, and then we'll start doing the planetary forecast on Mondays. I'm going to separate the two, so y'all have both of them. And that's all. All right. Love y'all. Peace, peace. And I just want to remind you guys, if you guys want your music, your trailers, your videos played on our show on Mondays, I'll start playing them on Sundays when I do the reading. Or if you want them played during the Virgo Virgin Talk, send them to my email, letsnobodies@gmail.com. You can send them to my inbox on Instagram at Let's Nobodies LLC. All of that you can do, and just let me know that you want this music video, you want this trailer, whatever, what have you, played during our show. And it's really that easy and very open-minded and open-hearted. So we're going to play some more videos, and then I'm gonna go ahead over there. In fact, I think I played all of them, so it's about time that we have more submissions. Hold on. So High Soul Gathering was amazing. We'll be back again at the end of August for the Cosmic Nobody's Convention. So tap in.
Peace and grace. Thank you for shining and rising. Chakra DJ here to tell you of a summer fun gathering known as High Soul Gathering. It begins the final Friday of May and continues each month until August. It's held in the beautiful green sceneries of Tabernacle, New Jersey. It's a 3-day camping experience which includes workshops, fun activities, vendors, and of course, the high vibrational blends of Chakra DJ. You can either stay the full weekend or spend the day with us. We promote self-care and common unity. It's a unique experience for you and the family. Tickets and information are available on Eventbrite under High Soul Summer 2022. Look us up.
Let's Nobodies presents Unica Monet's first children's book, Show and Tell. Find out what happens when a teacher uses her class's show and tell time to give each student an opportunity to share some facts about the culture where they're from. Read with your children and discover that it is time for parents to teach young people early on that in diversity there is beauty and there is strength.